Hey, good morning. It is Michael LeBlanc, and welcome to Divine Dirt Inspirations. And this morning we're going to kind of be looking through a little bit of a magnifying glass and talking a little bit about the vibrational nature of thought and our focus and what it does to that. And so, welcome to Divine Dirt Inspirations. Again, Divine Dirt Inspirations is based off of my book, Divine Dirt. And today's topic is, the title of the chapter is Life Always Works Out for Me. There's the picture from my garden. As you chime in, please say hello. Let me know you're there. But when I was writing this piece, I was reading a book called The I Am Discourses by Godfrey Ray King. And it was a lot about the I am of us, the divine nature of us, and the energy and vibration of that. And it was very intriguing. And it got me thinking, and I ended up writing this story. And in this story, you enter into a classroom. And the instructor has a magnifying glass. And the instructor is burning a pile of leaves. And I don't know if you remember that. I remember as a kid, you kind of get a pile of leaves together, and you get your magnifying glass and you hold it, and it would start burning the leaves, right? It would intensify it. And the class starts off that way, so I want to kind of just get you in that mindset of that, right? And what we want to look at is, as a divine being, first we got to realize that's what I am. I am an extension of Source. I'm an extension of the divine. Hello, Amr. Thanks for watching. Say hello. And our focus, because we are a divine being, has this ability to do something. And I want to talk about that. So I've got two phrases on the board over here. And I want you to think about this with me. So this one says, life always works out for me. This one says life never works out for me. So two thoughts, right? Two thoughts. Life always works out. Life never works out. Now here I am, a divine being. And I have an ability to focus as a divine being. And I take my focus and I come over here, and let's say in my life, what I tend to focus on mostly is life never works out for me. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about with that. When I focus upon it, just like this magnifying glass, if you have your pile of leaves and you're in the sun and it starts intensifying the heat and it eventually starts setting it on fire. As a divine being, when I focus, I bring energy to things. Whether I understand that or not, there's a certain way I bring energy to things. And it's kind of like that magnifying glass. And so if what I entertain in my day consistently is this thought of life never works out for me, and I start generating energy around it through the power of my focus, I am going to start also generating emotion around it. Now the emotion is going to be negative. And I want to talk about, well, why is that? But the emotion of life never works out for me is going to be a negative emotion to some degree. But the power of my focus is activating the energy of that thought. Now, as I do that, and the energy of that thought grows, and the intensity of my emotion and negative feelings about it and life never works out for me grows. Think of it this way. I become this sort of point of attraction. And what I will start noticing in my life is more things that align with this statement of life never works out for me. It's like the universe just has one answer, and the answer is yes. I can scream all day, I don't want it to be this way. But if my divine focus, I'm a divine being, if I stay focused on life never works out for me. I kind of tie the hands of the universe, if you will, and life just has to keep not working out for me because it's what I stay focused upon. And again, I am an extension of source, just like a wave is an extension of the ocean, and the ocean is always sourcing that wave. I am always being sourced, and I am always this divine focus. And now, but I have free will, and I can place it, and I can focus on life never works out, and I can activate that, and I can focus, or I can shift my focus. And I can start looking at, well, life does work out for me. Life always works out for me. I can look through my day and start looking at, well, life worked out here, it worked out here, it worked out here, it worked out here. And as I do that, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking my divine focus and I'm starting to put it in a certain space, and I'm activating the energy of that. Now, this thought, life always works out for me, will feel better than this thought, life never works out for me. And I want to talk a little bit about why, and then I want to come back to, well, what do we do if we're tending to focus on life never works out? What do I do? How do I shift that? So I want to talk about those two things. So you are the divine. You are a divine being, and there is an energy to that. There's a true, real space, energy, frequency, consciousness, whatever word you want to use to that. And it is alive, and it is dynamic, and it is not static, and it is not out there. It is right here, and it is in this eternal now. And it is you. It has birthed you. It has decided to be you and live here as you. And so you're pretty damn significant. and when you focus on something like life never works out for me, you are an energy, a divine energy, and when you focus on a statement like this, there is an energy to it also. So now we have this energy and this energy. There's two different energies going on. When energies resonate, right? So if the energy of the phrase resonates with the energy of the divine self that is you, you will feel the awesomeness of that, and you will feel this range of positive emotion. But when you focus on something like life never works out for me, it feels bad, and it is supposed to feel bad, and here's why. This energy of this thought is not aligned with what your divine self knows to be true. It is not aligned. So the energy of that thought is not in alignment with the energy of the truest of who you are. And you start feeling the offness of the energy. That thought, life never works out for me, I've been focusing on it, I've got it activated, feels off. The energy of that and the energy of you, you're feeling the disconnect. And the disconnect is what registers as negative emotion. Your emotion is from the offness of those two perspectives. You, Michael, focusing here, divine self is also an energy. Those two energies are not in sync. They do not resonate. There's an offness. I feel the negativity of it. To the degree I'm off is to the degree of my negativity. Slightly off, slightly negative. As I shift my focus and maybe I start thinking about ways life does work out for me. Now I've taken my divine focus, I'm shifting it. This has an energy also. And again, I'm divine source, I'm an energy, I'm a vibration, I'm a consciousness, right? This energy, my divine self energy, now this starts feeling better because those energies are more in line. They resonate with each other. And when what I focus on or think about is more in line with the truest of my nature, my true divine self, I will feel the relief of that. I will feel improvement. I will feel, I will take a breath. All these things will happen because that energy and the energy of me, the truest energy of me, are in sync. As I continue to focus on it, as I continue to look at ways my life does work, I will continue to feel better because I'm keeping my focus in alignment with the truest of me. The truest of you, kind of like this, again, like the ocean and the wave. The ocean is always sourcing the wave. The divine is always sourcing you. That energy is always with you, alive and well. And when I focus, on something like life never works out for me, that has an energy, I am an energy. This is off from what the divine knows of me. And I'm feeling the offness, and it's going to register negative. And so whenever I think of life never works out, or life is hard, or nothing good ever happens, or I'm not worthy, all of those thoughts will feel bad because the energy of them is out of sync with the truth of you. And you can think them all day long and you will continue to feel negative about them, but that is by design. We have these emotions, and it is what Esther Hicks would call our emotional guidance system. To me, it's the way the divine always lets me know moment by moment, is the way I'm thinking, is the way I'm focused in alignment with my truest being, the larger part of me, the divine of me, or is the way I'm thinking, the way I'm focused off. Because once I focus, again, has an energy, divine self has an energy. If the energies are more in alignment, I'll feel the positivity of it. If it's really in alignment, I'm going to feel freaking fantastic. If the energy of what I'm focused on or the thought I'm focused on is not in alignment, its energy is different than the divine self, my true self's energy, I'm going to feel the offness and it's going to register as a negative emotion. If it's very off, I'm going to feel very negative. So when I'm looking at something and I feel hate, what that means is the way I'm focused and the way my divine self is focused are completely opposite. There's not a split. There's never a disconnect between the divine of you and you. But I can be focused so differently, and I will feel the offness of it. The journey back. What do I do with that? What if I've been focused on life never works out for me? Because again, that becomes a point of attraction, and the universe is just going to keep giving you examples of how life doesn't work out for you. Easiest thing you could do is in this now moment, make a decision that I've been focused one way, and I've been focused on a thought that doesn't have an energy that's aligned with my truest self, and I want to align with thoughts that do. Make that decision first, because if you don't, you're not going to do anything. Then, just taking this as an example, let me in this now moment, let me right now, let me start looking at, well, how is life working? Yesterday, how did life work out okay for me yesterday? Day before that, this morning, how did life work out for me just this morning? As you start doing that, you are deliberately deciding to focus, using your divine focus, and do it in a way that aligns with who you truly are. And as you focus and think things that align, you will feel the improvement. All right? So, again, that was today, and the topic was from the chapter, Life Always Works Out for Me. I am Michael LeBlanc, owner of Create with Consciousness. So I'm an author. Divine Dirt is my latest book. That's what this is from. It's a collection of inspirational stories. Mostly are true, just things I shared. I really wrote them because I needed the inspiration. Had nothing to do with you. But when I started sharing them, people were like, hey, I really needed to hear that. And I wrote about a year and a half. I wrote a collection of them. And I would pair them with pictures from my garden. And then I would put them on social media. And I decided to take it and create a collection. So it's really a coffee table book. It's meant to just take a pause, breathe, open it up, and then see what it says. Like this one says, opportunities are abundant, unlimited and abundant always. All right? I am also a coach. If you are trying to improve something in your life, you're trying to manifest something in your life, and you need some help. We all do. Holler at me, right? Just reach out, say hello, all right? You can reach me at createwithconsciousness.com. You can also email me at michael@createwithconsciousness.com, or you can leave me a message here. Please say hello as you keep chiming in. It's always nice to know folks are out there. And what else? So last thing I'm going to say, so it's kind of like you go to the store, you can try on shoes before you buy them. I always do a free initial coaching session so folks can experience me, experience what I do. I do energy work as well. And then we can make a decision about what would work for you. All right, so just kind of know that that's out there. You have a great day. Remember, you are a divine being, like it or not, and you have an ability to focus. So life always works out. Life never works out. I have a constant choice of where do I want to focus. Have a great day. I will chat with you definitely next Tuesday, if not before.